How to sell without facing constant rejection. The art of selling without getting shut down. Sales skills to make money. The most important art of fortune. Hello everyone, and many people ask me if I want to start a business from scratch and accumulate assets. Is there any method? Actually, the book, Checking the Rich and the Poor, has talked very clearly about this method, which is to convert from the role of an employee or freelancer to an entrepreneur and investor. But specifically how to do it? Let's talk about investment first. It cannot be denied that investment is the fastest way for many people to become rich. But in fact, if you start from scratch, you will need to understand about speculation, take advantage of leverage, and spend a lot of time learning. On that journey you will encounter countless failures. Because, no matter how good the investment method is, the greed and fear inside each of us are still the biggest obstacles. So the investment path for those who do not have much capital is extremely difficult. Does that mean we do not have a chance? Because without money it seems impossible to do anything, let alone become an entrepreneur. Therefore, the first thing we need to do is earn the initial capital and then calculate the next step. Now I will show you a specific method, although it cannot help you immediately become an entrepreneur. But I am sure that if you master this skill, you will earn the first money without any problem. Once you have the capital, you can choose to become an entrepreneur or an investor, because then the error rate has decreased a lot. So what is that skill? It is the skill that many people look down on: sales skills. I will give an example. There are two famous painters. One is Picasso and the other is Van Gogh. They both have in common that they paint very beautifully. Their paintings have unparalleled artistic value and are praised by the whole world. But what is the difference between them? The difference lies in Picasso's ability to sell paintings, which sells very well, so he is extremely rich. Meanwhile, although Van Gogh is also a genius, he does not know how to sell paintings and does not know how to market himself, leading to a life of poverty. He does not even have money to eat. You see, they are all talented artists, but their financial results are completely different. That shows that, regardless of the industry, sales skills are needed. No matter what position you work in what field, all successful people in the world are sales masters. Either they sell products or they sell themselves. So if you watch this entire video and understand what I say, your sales skills will be significantly improved. The knowledge I share is all what I have spent a lot of money to learn outside, combined with my own practical experience distilled into valuable methods. Today, I will not hold back anything but share it all with everyone. But before I start, I want to emphasize that this channel was created to share the mindset of getting rich for entrepreneurs, investors, and the wealthy. If you want to receive free information on these topics, please subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications. I sincerely wish all of you who liked this video to soon achieve financial freedom. And I hope everyone can share the video widely so that many people with good fortune can also receive useful things. No need to say more. We will go straight to the main content. First of all, everyone needs to understand a basic concept to evaluate whether a person is a sales master or not. We do not only look at their speaking ability but, more importantly, whether they can adjust their state or not. Many people think that good salespeople are those who are good at speaking and know how to joke and lead customers to make purchasing decisions. But that is not true. If you have been following my channel for a long time, you will know that those things are just surface skills. The real difference between top salespeople lies in the core nature. Just like in sports, top athletes are always a certain small group. But why is it that sometimes one person is at the top and sometimes another person wins? It all depends on their ability to adjust their state. Do you know that whether it is an athlete, a basketball player, or a boxer, before each match, they are all self-motivated and push themselves to tell themselves that they are the best? They are the fastest runner in the world. They can knock out their opponents in the first round. Sales training is the same. Have you seen the movie The Wolf of Wall Street? This movie is good because it is based on a true story that describes sales skills in the most vivid way. One of the most classic details is the song Chest Thump in the scene where Mark Hanna beats his chest and hums a strange tune during lunch with Jordan Belfort. You recognize it. That song is the secret that helps the main character go from zero to great success. It helps him gain confidence, eliminate stress. This is also a way to motivate yourself. It's just that each person will have a different method. I really recommend everyone to watch this movie. Of course, don't learn from the illegal acts in it. What I want to emphasize is why all real estate, insurance companies, and sales-related industries focus on motivation. Some people say that's brainwashing. Yes, it's brainwashing. But think about it. Is there any successful businessman who doesn't do that? The ads you see every day are brainwashing you. If you are not brainwashed, how will you buy their products or services? So, instead of letting others control your thinking, learn how to brainwash yourself and others. Everyone understands, but you need to know that brainwashing is not a negative term just because many people use it wrongly. This is really a very valuable mindset. As long as you escape the manipulation of others, you will be able to become rich. And before you can influence the thinking of others, the first step is to change your own thinking. If you don't even believe in yourself, how can others believe in you? Many people ask me if self-motivation is really effective. Actually, this has existed for a long time. The philosopher Hegel once said that whatever exists must have its reason. If it exists, then it certainly has value. So self-motivation. What are the benefits of motivation? The answer is, it changes your subconscious mind. People have two levels of consciousness. One is the conscious mind and the other is the subconscious mind. The conscious mind can distinguish right from wrong, but the subconscious mind cannot. Let me give you an example. Suppose someone tells you today that you are dressed beautifully today or that you look very stylish. At that moment, two streams of thought will appear in you. Your conscious mind will analyze and may think that this person is just flattering you. But at the same time you will feel very happy. You see, this feeling of joy is not decided by the conscious mind, but by the subconscious mind. Even though your conscious mind knows that it is just flattery, the subconscious mind cannot distinguish between true and false. And even though you know it clearly, you still feel happy, right? This is like when you step onto a glass bridge. You know for sure that you will not fall because there is glass to support you. But why are you still afraid? Because your subconscious mind is warning you that you may fall. People who are afraid of heights often cannot control this fear because it is controlled by the subconscious mind. So the only way is to. The most important thing to change your subconscious is to brainwash yourself and motivate yourself. But there is one thing to note. Many people motivate themselves the wrong way. They just do it randomly, without any method. Actually, the word motivation is just a label that we give it later. Personally, I prefer to use the law of attraction to explain. In the law of attraction, the most important thing is to believe that you already possess what you desire. For example, if you believe that you are a rich person, you will attract wealth like an actor playing a character. So if you play the role of a rich person, you will act like a rich person. That is why, when I was in college, I did a lot of research on successful people. I hoped that by imitating them, I could get into the mindset of a rich person and let the law of attraction help me attract wealth. So if you want to improve your sales skills, we need to understand how to use the self-motivation method to change your subconscious. Even though you are not the best, not the most excellent, but when you create your own motivation or self-washing, you will see yourself much better. You will really feel that you are the best and most excellent. This is the power of the subconscious. Why do you feel angry when you are scolded by others? That is the principle. When you talk to others, they accidentally brainwash you and your subconscious will be affected. So you will choose who and what kind of information to wash. You pessimists always complain that they have no future. Or people who are constantly looking for ways to change their fate have the mindset of the rich. After we have adjusted our mental state, the next step is to build trust. What does that mean when selling? If you cannot build trust with customers, you will have a hard time selling products. Try to think. If someone comes to offer to sell to you, but you do not know them and do not understand anything about them, would you buy their product? Definitely not, because your subconscious will warn you not to talk to strangers. Strangers can trick you, right? In short, if there is no trust, there will be no have a transaction. So always keep this in mind. 80% time when selling must be spent building trust with customers. Building trust is the key. As long as customers trust you, the possibility of them deciding to buy will be very high. On the contrary, if they do not trust you, no matter how well you introduce the product, no matter how good the product is, even if the price is extremely attractive, your closing rate will not be high. Let's take a real example. If you think rationally, you will realize that in life everything is selling, including love. We are not selling products, but selling ourselves. Suppose a guy walking on the street sees a beautiful strange girl and immediately runs to confess his love and even proposes immediately. Do you think the possibility of that girl agreeing is high? If you really do that, you must think in your head that the success rate must be very high. Otherwise you would not do it. But everyone knows this type of situation only appears in idle dramas. In reality, the result is almost certainly failure. Even the girl that can ask back, "Are you crazy?" Why is that very simple? Because she doesn't know who you are. So what is the right approach? First, you should take the initiative to start a conversation. Ask for your phone number. Make an appointment to go out. Chat. Watch a movie. Create a close atmosphere after a long enough time. When both of you understand each other better, then you confess or propose. Then the probability of success will be much higher. Because she has had time to get to know you and you also understand her. This is something everyone knows. But it is not meaningless. I have seen many salespeople make this mistake. As soon as they contact the customer, they immediately say, "Our company has an extremely good product. Do you want to buy?" This way of doing is no different than you just met a strange girl on the street and immediately proposed to her. So in sales, the most important thing is to build trust. You have to make customers trust and love you first. How to achieve that? First, understand the core of the problem. Want customers to trust you. The first step is to help them know who you are. But what is the problem? In many cases, you only have a few minutes to talk to the customer. How can customers understand and trust you in that short time? The answer is not important who you are, but important is that customers feel who you are in a short period of time. The best way to build trust is to show customers your results and value immediately. You need to show your advantages and abilities in the most intuitive way. Simply put, you have to build an image through the way you dress, the way you talk, and your style. You need to make customers immediately feel that you are trustworthy. For example, if you are a new startup and are about to sign an important contract, you have spent many days talking to customers over the phone. They also seem very interested in your product. You are sure that this meeting will be successful. But on the day of signing the contract, the customer drives a luxury car to meet you while you step off a bus. Do you think the customer will feel worried? A billion-dollar contract can be postponed immediately. Because they will need to verify who you really are. When you go out to negotiate a big deal, even if you have to rent a car, you should rent a luxury car to meet your business partner. That's how it is, and this is an unspoken rule that I have come up with. Whether you are studying sales or pursuing a girl, how to dress is extremely important. There is a saying that when you go with Buddha, wear a cassock. When you go with ghosts, wear paper clothes. This is also the reason why many people like to buy branded goods. High-end watches, handbags, expensive belts, etc. The purpose is not to show off or because you have too much money but don't know where to spend it, but to send indirect signals to the person opposite through your clothes. In their subconscious, they will feel that you are a capable person. Even without you saying anything, they will already assess your value. I know many people will say, "But I really don't have enough money to buy those things." Actually, the important thing is what class your customers belong to. If the customers are ordinary people, you just need to wear clothes that look good. Expensive is fine, but if your partners are big businessmen, at least you should have a decent suit. Buying one is certainly not too difficult. Right. In principle, I do not encourage people to buy fake goods. But in fact, I have met many successful businessmen who started from nothing. They also used fake goods. Even though they are rich on the outside, they still have the frugal mindset of the poor. They want to save every penny. I do not judge them. Because people must know how to combine reality and form. This is their way of survival. You can think about this yourself after preparing the above factors. The next important thing is to understand the needs and desires of customers. First, remember the important principle. Don't rush to talk about your product from the beginning. I mentioned this before, because as soon as you start talking about the product, the customer's subconscious will immediately build a wall to prevent them from thinking, "It turns out that you approached me just to sell. Just to take my money." And from that moment, no matter what you say, they also don't trust you anymore. So how to break this barrier? First, collect information about customers. You can observe how they dress to guess whether they are well off or not. From there, estimate their spending ability. This is called cold data reading. Then start with non-commercial conversations such as asking about family work, financial situation. Through their answers you can guess what class they belong to, what hobbies and what stage of life they are in. The most important is whether they are the one who decides to buy or not. If they are not the one who decides, then you don't need to waste time with them in the process of conversation. You need to determine the core values of the customer. For example, I have a friend who went to buy a house. When he met the broker, this person did not rush to introduce the product right away, but asked him directly if he had any special requirements for the house. After listening to my friend share, the broker just started looking for a suitable house. My friend said he wanted to find a place with a basketball court nearby because after work he likes to play soccer to exercise. Immediately the broker replied, "No problem," and then took my friend to see the house. Actually, the houses he introduced all had many problems. For example, my friend felt the bathroom was a bit small. But do you know how his lower lip reacted? He said it was okay. This bathroom is not the place he usually takes guests to, right? The most important thing is downstairs there is a basketball court. How important is a basketball court? You know. But then my friend said, "But the kitchen is a bit small." The broker immediately replied, "No problem. Normally he only cooks for 1 or 2 people. Right when friends come we can go out to eat. The important thing is to find a house with a basketball court is very difficult." Even though my friend kept pointing out points of dissatisfaction from this to that, the broker still only said one sentence: "No problem. The important thing is to have a basketball court." In the end, that same day my friend wrote a check to pay. Why? Because having a basketball court is a core value for him. So find out the core value of customers are the most important thing. Do you understand? Of course. The first basic thing is that you must clearly understand your product. Whether you are an employee or a startup, you must firmly grasp the strengths of the product or service. Understand how it can help customers. Prepare carefully. Even if you are looking to sell yourself, that is, building a personal brand, you must also understand what strengths make others love you. Then find ways to amplify those points. In addition, in terms of general and professional knowledge, you must make customers feel that you are an expert in your field. Talk to them. Help them solve problems. During the conversation, you need to constantly search and explore. See what customers really need. What is the biggest difficulty in their family if they use your product? What can you help them solve? I do the same. I provide information about startups and investments to help people achieve financial freedom. It took me about 4 months to reach 50,000 registrations. Many people ask me, the secret to success. What is work? If you watch this video, you will know the answer. Learn how to sell yourself. I used to be a person with nothing in my hands. I was born into a poor family. No one taught me how to make money. When I was in college, I worked part-time and realized that I was not suitable to be an employee. I thought my thinking was better than that of my boss. So why did I work for them instead of doing it myself? I understand the pain of not having money, and I know the only way to change my fate is to start my own business. But the problem is that I don't know where to start. So while others were having fun, I spent time reading books. Reading hundreds of books, looking for answers from people who went before me. Knowledge changed my life. Then I gradually built a trading company and spent a lot of time and money learning about investing. Finally, I compiled an effective money-making system. I am a believer in Buddhism. Initially, this channel was just a place for me to share my business system with everyone wishing to apply the spirit of Buddhism to help others. But I didn't expect that I was saved by everyone. Thanks to your support, my channel is growing more and more. So do you realize anything I say so much? Actually, I just want to emphasize one important thing. I understand the needs and pain of most people because I also started from scratch and groped from scratch. But the experiences and thinking I shared resonated with many people. I think that's also the reason why successful YouTubers can go far. Many people simply return to their daily lives. For example, some babies a few years old can also easily make videos on YouTube, earning millions or even billions of views, dozens of times more than my channel. Why? Because their lives, although normal, but create sympathy with most viewers. This is the way to sell yourself to stimulate people's curiosity, of course. In addition to that factor, practical techniques and theories are also very important. YouTube and the free media industry are currently exploding following the trend of mobile internet. Because this is a content creation industry, so there is no need to worry about it being replaced by artificial intelligence. Nor is it limited by location or language. You can work anytime, even travel and earn money. More importantly, the cost is almost zero. Every penny you earn is profit. So I highly encourage everyone to become a YouTuber. I think this is the fastest and most suitable startup model from scratch for everyone. Think about whether it is reasonable or not. Because time is limited, I would like to end here. I share free information on how to become a rich entrepreneur, investor, and achieve financial freedom. If you don't want to miss it, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel. Turn on notifications and share this video to those who need it. I sincerely wish those who have liked this video to achieve financial freedom soon. Just in today's content, you find 1 or 2 useful sentences that can help make your life better. Then I feel satisfied.